Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Live Rounds, where we fill you in on the most recent news of Grizzly Pro Wrestling and of course, announce our next round of matches for GPWCs, as well as our next pay-per-view, the second annual GPW Breakout event. I'm the Doctor, and I'm the Quiz Master, and we are the commentators of LS11 Universe, TNA, and LAW, here to present you with this video. On May 30th, we will see the return of the Breakout Tournament, but it will be under a new name. But we'll be getting to that. Before we get to the bracketology though, we also have to remind everyone that the GPW Breakout show will be a two-night event. That is right, with the tournament concluding on the second night, with the man or woman to complete the tournament earning an opportunity at a title shot whenever and wherever. That is right, this includes the GPW World Championship and Women's World Championship respectively. This episode of Live Rounds might be a quick one, but we have so much ahead to announce, so let's get right to it. Before we analyze our bracket for Breakout, we have to address our main event of Night 1. This match has a lot of history exclusively and personally. Joe Hendry would arrive in GPW last summer, and one man who didn't take him seriously was Bronson Reed. That's right, and Joe would upset Bronson by defeating him in his debut on Seas, where they would also battle to a rematch at GPW True Power, where Reed ended up picking up the victory. After this, the former GPW Tag Team Champions, the Dudley Boys, would have to vacate their GPW World Tag Team Championships shortly after True Power due to Devon suffering an injury. Indeed, and this would lead to Bronson and Hendry having to be the last team to participate at a Tag Team Gold Rush. But in a twist, Reed and Hendry were able to coexist and become Tag Team Champions. Joe and Bronson ended up holding onto the belts for a little under 2 months, but would continue to be a tag team all the way up to the most recent episode of GPWCs. The duo would compete in a tag team turmoil match, and were also the last participants against the Rascals. Bronson Reed ended up attacking Joe Hendry on the apron, and Drew McIntyre's warning about someone calling a hit on Joe Hendry was true, as Reed would reveal that he was behind the attack. Joe ended up going to GPW owner Jack Maverick, no relation to our colleague Jock Maverick, after this attack, and Hendry would be sent over to the new Director of Authority for GPW, the former GPW champion Kevin Owens. Owens would grant Hendry his wish at Bronson Reed, but they will not be competing in a simple wrestling match, or not even a match really. That is right, as these two will be main eventing Night 1 of GPW Breakout 2 with a parking lot brawl. They used to be one of the most beloved tag teams in GPW, but this time, they will stand toe-to-toe against one another. Former rivals turned friends, turned bitter enemies. Blood will be shed, and the glass will fly. We now move over to the bracketology of our Breakout Tournament. This tournament may not be for him, but we have to say rest in peace to ECW legend Sabu. Indeed an innovator of extreme, may he rest in peace. With all of that said, GPW has renamed the Breakout Tournament to the Psycho Sid Memorial Tournament. Indeed, paying late dedication to one of the craziest men to ever step across that squared circle. And if you mention crazy, we have to put Darby Allin in that bracket. That's right, the former GPW Internet Champion and Mount Everest Summoner will be entering the Breakout Tournament for the first time. And his opponent is GPW hopeful Lexis King. Lexis King has tried to earn more and more opportunities as he suffered a loss to Drew McIntyre most recently at GPW Pressure. And now Lexis is looking for redemption, but he's also looking to add more gold to his crown. In the span of a month, both of these men have become champions. First man to become a champion was GPW No Boundaries champion Ricky Saints. He would survive a four-way dance a month ago on Seas, and has also defended the championship against Drew McIntyre at our most recent event, GPW Going Down. And it was a successful effort after a Buster Keaton was delivered through a table. Jacob Fatu, however, would participate in the first underground fight at the same event against Ludwig Kaiser, where he would hold Kaiser in an armbar to pick up the GPW National Championship. At Breakout, we will have a title versus title match between GPW's No Boundaries champion Ricky Saints and the newly crowned GPW National Champion Jacob Fatu. Swerve Strickland has main evented every single pay-per-view that GPW has put on throughout Season 2. Swerve would compete for the GPW Championship opening night, and would compete against CM Punk twice. Once at GPW Pressure, where CM Punk would beat him in his debut, and then the other at Going Down. Punk would survive the GPW rules stipulation and would be 2-0 to Swerve. Swerve now looks to earn the opportunity of a lifetime, as if it wasn't for Christian Cage and the Patriarchy last year, he would not only be GPW National Champion, but would have possibly won the whole thing. His opponent, however, is the Scottish hitman, Drew McIntyre. Drew has bested the likes of Joe Hendry and Lexus King in his short time in GPW, but he has more than shown that he is one of the most calculated and violent individuals to ever step into a GPW ring. But one question remains: whose house will it be when this match comes to an end? Or will the home cease to exist? Femi and Ricochet have been at each other's throats since the beginning of the year, like you and I when we've been doing commentary together. Oba would hijack Ricochet's #1 contenders match at GPW Homesick, which would lead to their most infamous 2 out of 3 falls match, where Ricochet would pull a fast one over the ruler and walk out as GPW Internet Champion. Not gonna acknowledge it, ignoring you. Their most recent encounter would be in the last 3-way dance for GPW's Gold Rush. The eventual winner, Penta, would be successful in this match, but this was when Jack Maverick realized that both Ricochet and Oba have never had their one-on-one match with one another. They will finally get ready for battle as they both compete in the Breakout Tournament, where one man will finally secure bragging rights in this war of attrition. Kyle Fletcher is one conniving existence of a man. I think he's just smart. Fletcher has betrayed his former tag team partners, and the Proto Star would compete in the Gold Rush trials against Wes Lee and Dragon Lee. Indeed, but only one Lee would walk out victorious in that one, allowing another opportunity for Kyle Fletcher to appear. Sean Spears has been showing a lot of the new GPW roster how the vets get shit done around here, and Sean Spears personally asked for an opponent who may need a little bit of rearrangement. The chairman and Fletcher will clash at Breakout, and with Sean Spears entering his second GPW tournament, will he be able to bring the color to the Proto Star? Masha Slamovich once again makes history in GPW, as the first ever female to hold the GPW Internet Championship will be the first woman to compete in the Breakout Tournament Series. Last year, Joe Coffey would put his GPW National Championship on the line throughout the tournament, and this year, Masha has stepped up to the challenge, and she will put her GPW Internet Championship on the line in the same fashion. Indeed, but her opponent will be Carlito, a man who has made his return recently on Seas, teaming with Josh Briggs in the Tag Team Turmoil match. One last stipulation, however, is that the fans will get to choose the stipulation in this first round match. The power is put into the hands of the GPW community on this one, as they have to choose between 2 out of 3 falls, a tables match, or a special referee match. We know what kind of chaos that latter one can bring. We've seen plenty of those in the LS11 universe. Find out if our GPW Internet Champion Masha Slamovich is able to survive and yet again make history. Well, this match is said to be an absolute insane contest. Andrade, who made his return at GPW opening night defeating Wes Lee in an open challenge, and 1 year ago competed at this same event against former GPW champion Kevin Owens for the title belt. His opponent, however, is the young OG Javon Evans. He's been on an absolute roll in GPW as of late. His numerous bouts with Carlito, his opportunity at the GPW Championship at GPW Homesick, winning the Gold Rush qualifiers most recently at GPW going down against Darby Allin and Sean Spears. But will he be able to best El Idolo and get one step closer to the GPW Championship? Penta made his debut in Homecoming's Royale in the finale of Season 1 to a monstrous ovation. Penta would make his singles debut against Tyler Breeze at opening night in a victorious effort, and would not only defeat Femi and Ricochet in his Gold Rush qualifiers, but he would win the finals against Wes Lee and Javon Evans. Indeed, but he now has an opportunity at any singles championship on the GPW roster. His opponent, well, we don't quite know who that is yet, as we pulled a wild card and Penta will have to face this mystery game at Breakout. But we all know that Penta is Cero Miedo. That's our full card for GPW Breakout Night 1, ladies and gents. Before you go, we're going to reveal some of the matchups for our next episode of GPWCs, coming out on June 10th, live in Tokyo. The Rascals will be taking on the new GPW World Tag Team Champions, All Ego LLC, for their newly acquired belts. After the Rascals were able to outlast 5 other teams on the latest episode of Seas in the Tag Team Turmoil match, the Rascals have had title opportunities before, and they look to finally grab the brass ring and solidify themselves in the tag team division. As we previously mentioned, Jacob Fatu became GPW National Champion at GPW Going Down, and on Seas, we're going to determine Fatu's first challenger for his championship. Fatu will be defending his championship against whoever is able to win this #1 Contenders Battle Royal soon after Night 2 of GPW Breakout. Not 1, but 2 championships will be defended in Tokyo. Our first will be the Work Dragon. The GPW Entertainment Champion, Dragon Lee, will be putting his championship on the line in an open challenge, And with that championship only having one holder and Dragon Lee just barely passing the 7-month mark of being the champion, there's gotta be someone clawing and scratching their way up to the man to take the GPW Entertainment Championship away from the Work Dragon. Our main event of C's live from Japan will be Penta taking on the GPW No Boundaries champion Ricky Saints. We mentioned before that he was the last man standing in the Gold Rush Trials, and Penta has redeemed his championship match for the newest championship here in GPW. Ricky Saints has defended that title successfully against Drew McIntyre before, and now he has to prove to Penta that he is absolutely Seto Miedo. Sorry, had to do it again. Well, that's all for now, folks, but we thank the GPW community for joining us for another breakout episode of Live Rounds. Another breakout episode? It's just another episode of Live Rounds. You're pushing your luck, Time Lord. Well, my name's been the Doctor, and I've been the Quiz Master. Make sure you tune in on the Grizzly Entertainment YouTube channel on May 30th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the first night of GPW Breakout, and tune in on June 10th for the next episode of GPWC's live from Tokyo. Oh, so you'll call it entertainment instead of Grizzly ENT. You watch him. Shut up! Jack Mavericks told us all to tell you that we love all you guys, and we want to make sure that you hit that subscribe button and comment what match you are most hyped for. And we want to thank you all for letting us be here tonight, this dynamic duo, this batshit insane commentary team of two men who just seem like one guy talking to himself. Indeed, and we want to thank you all for considering tuning into LS11 Universe as well. Xander and Ray are coming up on the end of Season 6 here in just a few weeks. That is right, WrestleMania Season 6 in the LS11 Universe coming up in just a few weeks, June 28th and 29th. We won't take too much of your time plugging here, but we just want to thank you all for allowing us to be here. Consider subscribing to LS11 Universe as well. Until next time, everybody, I've been the Doctor, I've been the Quiz Master, and that was Universe. Hey guys, why are you in the recording booth? Grizzly was asking me to do a plug for him. Oh, don't worry, Xander, we already handled it. Yeah, we were way ahead of you, man. You guys handled the script read for me. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, it was perfectly fine. How many times did you curse one another out throughout it and, say things like, watch your mouth, Time Lord, or you're testing your luck, Quizmaster? You know us so well. You're not going to re-record it yourself, are you? No, of course not.